All right, the Supreme Court recently knocked down a Hawaii law. The law halts the carry of a firearm onto private property that's open to the public, unless the property owner says otherwise. The court noted that such laws impose severe restrictions on the daily activities of lawful gun owners. Similar laws in California, Maryland, New York, and New Jersey will also likely be affected by that decision. Here to carry on our firearms discussion is Crime Prevention Research Center founder and president, who's a world-recognized expert on guns, known him a long time, folks, Dr. John Lott. Also joining us is Michael Letts, the president and CEO of Invest USA, a national nonprofit organization that helps distribute bulletproof vests and active shooter vests. Welcome, gentlemen. Dr. John, be with you, a longtime friend here. You are the expert voice on guns. So the law in Hawaii that was struck down basically now allows, if you walk, let's say a hotel, you want to walk into a hotel, you're carrying a firearm, you're now allowed to walk into the hotel with your firearm unless there's a sign. Is that about right?
That's right. So after the Bruin decision in 2002, which struck down these May issue laws where you had to go and get approval from some local public official to be able to go and get a concealed carry permit, you had 4 states that said, okay, well, if you're going to make us give out permits, we're going to make it so you can't carry any place. So essentially, a state like Hawaii, about the only place you'd be able to go and carry is on your own property. The way the rule was set up is that you'd have to go in advance. If you're going to stop at a gas station or a grocery store or anything else, you had to get permission, direct permission from the owner of the property there before you were able to go and carry your gun there. And so they just wanted to try to make it as difficult as possible for people to be able to go and carry, and the Supreme Court struck that down.
So, John, let me say with you, just very quickly. So, you're a Starbucks, right? Unless you have a sign in your state in Hawaii and other states other than New York, New Jersey, and the other one, Maryland, you can walk in a Starbucks with a gun and not be breaking any law.
Right. I think Amy Coney Barrett had an excellent discussion of this. She compared it to the First Amendment, where she said, let's say you have a Christian cross that you're wearing or a Jewish yarmulke. Would it be all right for Hawaii to pass a law that says you have to get prior permission from the owner of the gas station or anything else before you can walk onto their property with a cross or a yarmulke? And she said, obviously, such a law would be instantly struck down by the courts. And she said that the Second Amendment is just as fundamental of a right as the First Amendment.
Amen. Finally had a good opinion. Michael Letts, tell us about your group and what you do and how important that is.
Well, we provide bulletproof vests, body armor to agencies all across the country who can't afford them. You'd be shocked, John, when we first started this 32 years ago, 52% of cops across the country had no protection at all. We got that down to roughly 19 to 18%. Then the criminal element decided to do something new. The old vests, the concealable vests, the ones you see most officers wearing under their shirt, will only stop a handgun, but they will not stop a long-range rifle. So we had to create new technology called active shooter vests that'll stop anything on the market. But unfortunately, as of today, Eric, less than 10% of cops across the country have this technology. That's 90% of officers across the country who are not properly protected. So when you see the news, active shooter in, wherever it may be, mall, school, etc., those officers responding know good and well that if that active shooter hasn't taken his own life, they're at a severe disadvantage.
Michael, so I saw so many videos of, looks like nothing's going on, maybe a traffic stop, next thing someone's pumping bullets into a cop, into the vest. How many lives do you think these vests have saved?
Over 4,250 at this stage. And you realize, yeah. Eric, I want to point out that when we save an officer, not only are we saving the tragedy of the family that's losing an officer, think of what it costs to replace him, to retrain a new guy, to find somebody that's willing to step in and do the job anymore, the way the media has been treating them. John, this is becoming a national security issue. And that's one of the things we've got to address in this country, or we're headed in the wrong direction.
John, what do you see going forward with Congress or gun laws? We live in the freest state in the union, Florida, where open carry is a constitutional right here, should be everywhere. But so going forward, are we at risk of sliding backwards into more gun control?
Well, I think a lot depends on the upcoming elections. You have basically all the members, Democratic members of the Senate, who want to end the filibuster. Possibly Fetterman's reconsidered his position on that, but everybody else does. All the members of the House Judiciary Committee want to go and pack the Supreme Court. If Democrats take the Congress and the presidency, in fact, all the Democratic presidential candidates who have spoken on it have said that they are in favor of packing the Supreme Court. All these decisions that we're talking about would be overturned. One just needs to go and look at the dissents from the three Democrat members of the Supreme Court to get an idea of what they would strike down. Obviously, the Hawaii case that we were just talking about, they would strike down. My guess is they would undo Bruin and basically allow states to be able to go and ban all guns if that's what they wanted to do.
Now, let's not forget, folks, just this past weekend, a lunatic in New York City, one of the hardest places to have a carry license, one of the most difficult places to carry a handgun. Guy stands up, yells Allahu Akbar, blows away a Jewish guy. Allahu Akbar, blows away an Asian guy right in the street. We need more handguns to protect ourselves against the criminal element in America. Very quickly, Michael, where can we find you? By the way, are you corporate supported? How do people support your
honest, Eric, we have millions of people across the country, mom and pops, $5, $10 contributions. We, at this stage, don't have any corporate sponsors, but we're looking for them all the time, obviously. But if you go to investusa.org, it's a charity.org, you'll be able to join, making sure our officers are properly protected. And here's the most important thing, Eric. They need to know that we stand behind them. Simply see an officer today, would you mind saying thank you for your service?
I do every day, sir.
That's what they need to hear.
Every day. Thank them. Buy them. If they're in Starbucks, buy them coffee. If there's someone else, buy them lunch. John, very quickly, you're in New York Post quite a bit. Where else can people find you?
Well, they go to our website at crimeresearch.org. It has all the research that we do on a variety of topics, and the op-eds and different shows that we appear on is all listed there.
I believe right there, Dr. John Law, Prevention Research Center founder, and Michael Letts, president and CEO of Invest USA. Thank you, folks. Thank you, gentlemen.
Michael Letts, Invest USA, supplying